like Nayef Aguerd. I really do. As a person, he seems like a great guy. Every time you see him, training ground footage, you see him talking to his teammates, every interview he does. He seems like the type of guy that everybody gets on with, that's a good laugh, that seems to be no trouble at all. So, on the face of it, you think, no problem. It's also a player who's talented. He's fast, he can pass the ball long and short, he's got a good reputation internationally. I mean, he was excellent in the World Cup. Let's be absolutely honest about that. Had a great reputation from playing in France, which is precisely why we paid whatever we did, 25 million plus 5 million in add-ons. And by the way, I think we paid those add-ons. Those add-ons were if you qualified for Europe and if you win a trophy. We did that stuff. So he's a £30 million player, right? He's got an awful lot going for him. But he's a little bit deluded, I have to say, And I know I said it the other day, and I probably shouldn't have needed to do an update video on what happened, 3 or 4 days ago. But I do, because he's turned down another offer. Wolves have come in. Wolves have come in with an offer to take him on. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to know whether it's a permanent one or a loan one, but West Ham have bent over backwards to try and get this guy a move. If you remember, we did the video a few days ago that I'm alluding to. His mate, whoever it was, came out on Instagram and said that Aguerd was being frozen out by the club. He'd been frozen out, and he'd been offered moves to Saudi Arabia. He didn't want those. He wanted European clubs, and it was a weird thing to come out and say, particularly bearing in mind we'd heard for so long that Aguerd wanted to move to Saudi Arabia. That was the move that was going to happen. He even appointed, I think it was the same agent as Kurt Zuma, but a Dubai-based agent, in order to get him a Middle East move. So I don't know if he changed his mind on that. I don't have a problem with people changing their mind. It happens. But as of a few days ago, he wanted European clubs. Okay, fine. That's what you want. Absolutely fine. So, Wolfsburg come in. They are a European club, last I heard. He said no, he doesn't want to move to Wolfsburg. Good club, right? Wolverhampton Wanderers are coming for him. Lots and lots of teams. All the W's are coming for him, right? They're a good club. They're a European club. I know many might disagree, but the Midlands is Europe, right? Yeah, let's not get political, actually. But you know what I mean? It doesn't want that either. Galatasaray apparently came in from, didn't want the Galatasaray move, was offended by that apparently. And now you hear that actually he's waiting for a big club. And at the risk of repeating what I said the other day, who? Manchester City? Well, that's not going to happen, is it? I don't know. Real Madrid? It's not going to happen. Paris Saint-Germain? Well, I'll tell you now. If Paris Saint-Germain really wanted Nayef Aguerd, when we were bidding for Carlos Soler, which is looking more and more shaky because we just can't get the deals out the door, then they would have turned around and they would have said, oh, actually, we'll have him. Well, do you know what? You take Soler, we'll take that good defender off your hands. He suits Paris Saint-Germain down to the ground as Aguerd. But it didn't happen. They didn't ask. Because they're not interested. And stark fact remains that nobody seems interested apart from the clubs that have bid. You'd assume that to be the case, right? It's not been like everybody's just found out and they've spent all their money. You'd understand if Aguerd had never been available and then right now he just becomes available and then all these big hitters thinking, damn, we spent our summer transfer budget. We'd have loved to have taken this guy. No, I mean, he's been available for a year. It's been an open secret. Particularly, I think it was either November or December when his new agent pretty much announced, we've taken over, we're now Nayef Aguerd's agents. You felt like he was being hoiked around everywhere, basically, being pimped out left, right and centre. Well, I'm not saying there were no takers, but there weren't the takers that he wanted. And it's not like he's got no choices. He's got choices from numerous, 4 or 5 different clubs, including the Saudi ones. But no, he doesn't want to. I find that a little bit odd. It's that whole thing about, sitting down and not playing and taking your wages. West Ham had not been convincing against Bournemouth, right? However, 2 players, yet again, who looks absolutely brilliant, were defenders, were obviously Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Kilman. Max Kilman playing in his position. The guy that cost more money than Aguerd cost. Now, realistically, you would expect someone like Aguerd to look at Kilman and see how he's playing and thinking, I ain't getting in there. I'm not getting in there. Not getting into this team. But Aguerd is not a realist. I think it's the fact that he's waiting around for bigger clubs than Wolves, Wolfsburg, Galatasaray is odd. I'm assuming Galatasaray are in the Champions League again this year. I have no reason to suspect otherwise. I'm sure I'll be corrected in the comments section if they're not. He's got a Champions League club. He's got a Saudi club. He's got an English club. He's got a Bundesliga club. What's he waiting for? The Harlem Globetrotters or something? It's very, very odd, actually. Very odd. Anyway, it appears that this is going to sort of curtail our business quite a lot. So, West Ham are bent over backwards, by the way. Will take, apparently, his value on the balance sheet because of the elapsed years in his contract is 15 million. We'll take 15 million for him on a permanent deal, or he can go out on loan. We're being really accommodating. We'll even cover some of his wages. I mean, we couldn't, without giving him away, we couldn't have been more reasonable. But there you go. I mean, he's going to be a very, very frustrated man, isn't he? He really is, because I can't see him. But maybe I'll be proven wrong on both counts. Maybe, I don't know, maybe AC Milan come in for him or something like that. Maybe that happens. Maybe he gets back into the West Ham team. Maybe I'm wrong on both counts. But at the moment, it doesn't look particularly good for the fella, let's be honest. Right, before we discuss Maxwell Cornet, can I please point in the direction of today's video sponsor, Surfshark. I don't know where I've put the logo. It's somewhere up there, isn't it? Surfshark, RAVPN. You're going to need a VPN, quite frankly. If you're doing anything online, even if it's non-dodgy stuff, you're probably going to need a VPN. I've had VPN. In fact, I've had Surfshark for the last 3 years. The reason I had it is, I'll be honest, for watching football online. I've got it for that. The main reason I've got it because I've got it on my TV box. I have it on my laptop and my computer, and I have it on my phone. That's the good thing about Surfshark. You can have it on as many devices as you like. Why would you need one? Why do I have one? Well, I do my banking online. I think most people do their banking online. Basically, if you don't have a VPN, then you don't really have the necessary cyber security to stop people from having a sneaky peek at what you're doing. And you don't want people having a sneaky peek at what you're doing. The great thing that we've got a brilliant offer for you on Surfshark by using the discount code Hammers Chat. Almost forgot. What else would it be apart from Hammers Chat? And using the link in the description below. Click that, and it will take you straight through it to the download thing. You get 4 months free. 4 months free. Now listen, I'm not joking here. I had already renewed before we got the promotion with Surfshark, and I've renewed for another 3 years, by the way. That's how much I like it. I've literally put my money where my mouth is with this stuff. You don't have to, because it gives you a 30-day money-back guarantee if you don't like it as well. Give it a whirl. Honestly, cybersecurity, more important than ever. Protect your details, protect your banking online, and also it makes it very, very good if you want to start viewing things. If you're overseas, you're on holiday, or you're overseas, you want to start viewing the internet from, and almost pretending that you're in the UK, it helps you do that as well. So it opens up access to the sort of stuff that you wouldn't ordinarily have access to. Maxwell Cornet. Just goes to show, really. Look, he posted a picture of himself in a lift elevator. We're going global. Like the old VPN, we're going global. And it just goes to show you can't really read much into it. He was probably on his way to Lidl or something like that. Probably don't. Maxwell Cornet doesn't go to Lidl, does he? Waitrose. He was probably on his way to Waitrose. Obviously, the over-enthusiastic among us thought, hey, this guy's going. He's being transferred away. He's off to Southampton. It appears not. Well, I don't know. Look, nothing's happened. It's stalled. I would expect, I hope, stuff happens tomorrow. I don't think too much is going to happen today. I've waited all day to do this transfer update, and it's crap, quite frankly. We're talking about 2 players not going. I was hoping I was going to say, Kurt Zuma's off. Actually, to be fair, Kurt Zuma is almost close to going, but we need more to go than him. I thought I was going to say, Zuma's gone, Aguerd's gone, Cornet's gone, Carlos Soler, here we come. I don't know why the jazz hands would have anything to do with it, but Carlos Soler, the Soler flair, here we come. No, it's not. What does he say? Fabrizio Romano says, here we go. What's the negative for that? I don't know. Here we don't go. I'm sure there's something more catchy than that. Got it wrong. Anyway, it would appear that there's nothing happening with Cornet just yet. He literally was just taking a ride in a lift. Bing, basement. Bing, 12th floor. Up and down, up and down, up and down. We've all done it, haven't we? Anyway, yeah, so it looks like that's sort of dragging at the moment. Hopefully there is some action tomorrow. There really is. Last day of the transfer window. I hope it doesn't go down with a whimper. At the end of the day, and I mean tomorrow, if nothing happens, I'm still going to be looking at it thinking this was a great transfer window, but wouldn't it be great to get a couple more out the door? Last night showed for me, we need a little bit of creativity in there. I know I mentioned it in the other video. We need a little bit more creativity, I think. No Paqueta, no party, it seems, in the middle. I just don't want to see that midfield again. None of us do. It's not worth it. Like a punishment, wasn't it? Watching that midfield, watching Souček and Ward-Prowse in midfield, and not good enough at all. So yeah, I can understand why he wants Soler, but we can't. Honestly, we can't push it through. What I do find interesting is though, one of the excuses that the club keep making is we don't have enough spots. Well, there are. You do have enough spots actually. You just have to basically not register somebody for the squad. That can be done as I understand it, unless I'm otherwise mistaken. Do you not have to resubmit your squad after the transfer window closes as well? Surely you just drop someone out of the list. And if it is going to be one person that's going to drop out that list, ladies and gentlemen, may I suggest the unrealistic Mr. Nayef Aguerd.